order. Please note for the record that Erin Kelly is representing Susan Miles Gustav and Karen St. Hilaire is representing Molly Wassel Park, both in a voting capacity. Thank you. I would like to propose a motion to adopt the minutes of the Capital Committee meeting held on July 16, 2025. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Those say no. So minutes approved. So next we will hear the Vice President's report, Mr. Saiz.
Good morning, everybody. This last July ended our fiscal year for 2025. We ended the year with $227 million capital dollars committed. Our capital budget and payments team facilitated 632 purchase orders and processed over 2,300 payment vouchers, authorizing $399 million. Our contract team bid 12 capital projects totaling $82.9 million and 10 job work orders contractors totaling to not exceed the amount of $66 million for a total of $148.952 million. The average number of bids received per project were 5. 66% of the project bids were below the engineer's estimate. Bid averages were about 20% under the engineer's estimate. Of the 119 total bids received, 33% were minority and women-owned businesses, and 31% of the contracts were awarded to such firms. 148 work orders were issued for our requirements contract totaling $18.9 million, and 80 work orders were issued for jobs totaling $14.465 million. Our capital budget and payments team facilitated 40 certificates to proceed in FY25, authorizing $225,059,640. And finally, at New York City Health and Hospitals Woodhull, we recently had a groundbreaking with Borough President Reynoso to celebrate the generous contribution from him for our ongoing labor and delivery suites at renovating project at Woodhull.
Thank you, Manny. Very impressive, busy year.
Very busy.
Well, thank you. The team's worked really hard to continue to move our projects forward. Thank you.
So the resolution.
Okay. This resolution is authorizing New York City Health and Hospitals Corporation to extend its contract with Kone Corporation for 1 year until November 31st, 2026, and to increase the not-to-exceed amount by $12,500,000 from the original $46,700,000 to not exceed the total amount of $59,200,000 for the provision of preventative maintenance services and repairs on over 350 cabs and escalator systems system-wide, 24/7 emergency service and repairs, and a dedicated diagnostics team for testing. The Office of Facilities and Development is requiring approval to increase the not-to-exceed contract value for our elevator maintenance services with our current vendor, Kone Corporation. The scope of work incorporated in this contract includes preventative maintenance and repairs for over 350 elevator cabs and escalator systems, 24/7 emergency service and repairs, dedicated diagnostics and testing systems. Elevator maintenance and repair services were procured through a competitive RFP process and was approved by CRC in September 2018 and the Board of Directors in October of 2018 with an NTE of $46,700,000. Current spend for elevator maintenance and repairs is $44.5 million, and the current contract from elevator maintenance services includes a 5-year initial term with 2 one-year options to renew that will expire on November 31st of 2025. Here is a breakdown. The Office of Facilities Development is requesting approval to increase not to exceed the value amount by $12.5 million and extend the current agreement for 1 year until November 31st, 2026. The additional time will allow to complete a competitive procurement process to test the market, and OFD is requesting approval to increase the NTE by $12.5 million to allow $7 million for annual preventative maintenance, $2.5 million for urgent elevator modernization, specifically at Bellevue and at Lincoln, and $3 million for contingency for emergency repairs. The majority of elevators are aged and require frequent repairs. And here's a breakdown of the spend: $9.5 million for the project spend, contingency, the NTE amount, the original NTE, as well as the total NTE contract amount of $59.2 million. Under operating procedure 100-5, the system can extend a contract with appropriate vendor and pricing due diligence rather than reprocure when it is a system best interest to do so. Vendor due diligence: this vendor is an industry leader in the field of elevator maintenance and has a long positive track record with our organization. Vendor performance has been good. Pricing due diligence: The pricing is based on the current contract pricing and terms and will continue unchanged through the one-year extension. The vendor has been providing elevator maintenance services to the system for the past 6 years, and it would be most familiar with our elevator systems to complete ongoing maintenance, urgent modernization, and urgent repairs while we work to complete the new procurement. And this is the vendor performance, which is rated as good. And here is the request for approval. Thank you.
Manny, are all of the elevators, they're different, right? Like they're made by different manufacturers?
Yes,
And so, and they're all probably very old.
they are aged.
Yeah. So is there, I mean, can you upgrade elevators and, is that what you're doing at Bellevue and,
Yes, that's, for this particular, yes, that's what we'd like to do at Bellevue for Lincoln and Bellevue as well. We've taken the most aged cabs in both of those facilities that are most challenging to go ahead and upgrade them. We've done a variety of modernization projects throughout the system. We've done East New York. We're currently working we're working at Kings in the E building. So we're slowly upgrading, but yes, the need is there.
right? So do you get like a new whole system or it's just kind of the interiors?
Yeah, so, and thanks, that's a really good question. So what we were looking at Bellevue and Lincoln, we wanted to modernize the cabs. We wanted to bring them up to speed with its look, with its digital components, its technology, its audio. It turns out, however, that we have to invest significantly into the mechanicals.
Right.
So we're gonna have to upgrade the electrical there, and as well as the HVAC system for the cooling rooms where there are motors for the elevator cabs. That needs a significant amount of cooling, and we currently don't have sufficient for newer cabs at Bellevue.
Right. So is that what the 2.5 million is for, or is that just kind of a stopgap while you can revamp the whole?
So the 2.5 million is for those 4 cabs to include the mechanicals as well as the modernization.
Including the HVAC and all of the
Yes.
stuff that you need?
Yes.
Okay, great.
We are waiting for pricing back at Bellevue, but we feel pretty good about this.
Okay. And then, so the contingency is pretty large. I see it's for emergency repairs. As you get more aged, that probably grows, right? The need for emergency.
They do require more attention, yes, and there's a huge demand for vertical transportation in our facilities. And as the inclement weather starts to increase, we certainly get concerned with heavy rainstorms, backed up storm drains that flood some of our pits.
Right.
So we wanted to add the additional contingency to service that. If the need is not there, then we won't use it, but it'd be
Right.
good to have.
Yeah, I think the more you start to do the modernization projects, hopefully that can start driving down maintenance costs, right? And
Yes.
the need for emergency repairs and
Yes.
things like that. So is that your intention for the next contract, to try to do more like modernization as opposed to just repair and maintenance?
Yes, the entire objective is to modernize all or most of our elevators, in the addition to being able to go out and test the market and get a company that can service what we have and what we're doing. In the elevator business, there are a handful of vendors that really have the expertise to do this, and then there are even a smaller group that can handle our system at
Yeah.
large. So yes, that is the intention.
Great, all right, well, it's very important, obviously, and as they
Yes.
get older and older, it becomes more and more of a problem.
Yes, thank you.
Any questions?
I would just say I have a close friend who I went to medical school with who works at Bellevue, and she always says to me, Mitch, you've done a lot of good things here at Health and Hospitals. If you could fix the elevators at Bellevue, that would be really impressive.
Well, Manny's
So,
on it.
so she's, that's the challenge, right? You know, can you actually fix the elevators? We're trying.
Yes.
We're trying.
We aim to impress.
Well, and the technology is sort of changing and stuff, and so it starts to get hard to kind of keep
To keep up.
upgrading. Yeah,
Yes.
the old, like you're saying, you actually have to change a lot of things.
A lot, and with some of the age cabs that we have, there are only certain manufacturers that make those parts.
Right.
Right.
And they're going to
very
get fewer and
specific.
fewer as everybody upgrades to
Yep.
more modern things. Yeah. So.
Anyway, okay.
Okay.
So let me take it up for a vote. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, say no. Resolution approved. Okay, is there any old or new business to come before the committee? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Is that our record? Is that
Record
time?
time.
Meeting is no longer being recorded.
So I got to see how they replace an elevator in my building where I live.
Uh-huh.